against the side of his legs. Of all the things that I just said, that was your big takeaway from the conversation? If God were so big on getting up early, why'd he let man invent the oil lamp then? Forrest, maybe you are too set in your ways to change, but I'm not. I'm tired of spending all my days in this store. Seems to me that we've accomplished just about everything a man could ever dream of having. Yes, we have. But damn, Forrest, we're two grown men that live together with nobody else in our lives besides a few friends, and most of them are just as pathetic as us. Deacon and Forrest had first met when they were 17 years old at Camp Butler in Springfield, Illinois, when the 16th Illinois Cavalry was organized in 1863. With similar upbringings, the two farm boys had struck up a fast friendship. They shared little in common with most of a regiment consisting largely of men from Chicago. Deacon had grown up north of the small town of Petersburg in a German community, while Forrest came from a farm outside of Riverton with its large Italian population. Further sealing their bond, their prowess with guns won them the admiration of the officers in camp and the resentment of the city boys. More than one person that knew Deacon and Forrest had commented on the pair being as different as night and day. In their 20-year friendship, about 19 of those years had been spent arguing over something or other. At least on most days, Deacon tended to find humor in all the absurdities he saw before him. He usually had a twinkle in his blue eyes and a joke on his tongue. His griping about the store was out of character for him. Forrest, on the other hand, seldom smiled and felt more comfortable being hard at work than he ever did relaxing. 2 glasses of whiskey were required for Forrest to find a sense of humor. Both men were taller than average, with Forrest being a little taller of the two. They were stout of build from years of lifting packing boxes and crates at the store. Otherwise, their appearances were as different as their personalities. Deacon kept his hair shaggy and a bit unkempt. Never short on vanity, he thought the look made him roguishly handsome. Every morning he carefully shaved, and if going out for the evening, he would shave again before leaving the house. Forrest kept his hair just long enough to require combing. A razor hadn't touched his face in 15 years, varying the length of his beard with the seasons. When agitated, his dark brown eyes seemed as if they could bore a hole through a man. Together, they made for a motley pair. Forrest began tugging on his earlobe as he was wont to do when agitated. "What do you propose we do? Each buy a mansion and sit there all day?" "Not at all. I don't think sitting in a mansion would be any better than this. I think it's time we try something new." The remark caused Forrest to look at Deacon as if his partner had lost his mind. "I don't even know why you'd want to pursue something new. If you remember, starting from scratch is hard. One dumb old miner doesn't laugh at your joke, and now you're talking like that crazy man that walks the streets of Central City, sounding like a raving lunatic. I don't know why I even bother trying to have an intellectual conversation with you. You're like a bear. You work for your food, eat it, and then go to sleep. The next day you get up to begin it all over again. At least a bear takes a good long nap during the winter. You just think you're smarter than me because you have one more year of schooling. I did right well in school." "This conversation is pointless. Let me tell you something that you will understand. I talked with Roger Wilson the other day. He's the manager of Heidi Gold Mine, and he said that production is going to be down by 50% this year. Leadville is the new darling of Colorado. Roger said all the money from back east is going there now instead of here. He can't get his hands on the capital needed to keep up production. It's just a matter of time before we feel the pinch, too." Forrest furrowed his brow and straightened his posture as he pondered the news. "Well, that's a little unsettling. I thought that mine was booming," he said. "That's why we should sell the store while we can still get top dollar for the place. We've had enough offers over the years that there's surely somebody that will lay down their money. Let this store be their headache." "And what would we do? Start a new store over in Leadville? Is that doing something new enough for you?" "Not for me by a long shot. I've had all the dealings with miners I ever care to have. I say we do us some traveling.